Thank you, Julie. I'm John Gallin, and I'm delighted to be here with everyone tonight, both those in the room and those who are online. My wife, Dr. Elaine Gallin, who's sitting at the table, and I are thrilled once again to celebrate the truly game-changing work of this year's recipient of the 6th Annual Trailblazer Prize for Clinician-Scientists, Dr. Vinod Balachandran. The more than 5 decades I have spent at the NIH, first at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, and then at the Clinical Center, and my wife's past work supporting clinical investigators at the Doris Duke Foundation and advising philanthropic organizations led us to partner with the FNIH in 2018 to establish the Trailblazer Prize. The Trailblazer Prize recognizes the critical role of early career clinician scientists in translating basic science discoveries to the bedside to ultimately improve human health. By celebrating the outstanding contributions of clinician scientists whose groundbreaking work can transform patient care, we hope to inspire others to follow in their footsteps. An exemplary jury of clinical investigators reviewed the nominations of the Trailblazer Prize submitted from many of the very best academic medical centers in the country. The jury, chaired by Dr. Michael Welch from the University of Iowa, was thrilled to award this year's prize to Dr. Balachandran, who epitomizes the goals of the prize. In addition to tonight's celebration, we are also pleased to announce that the FNIH has arranged for Dr. Balachandran to be recognized for this prize by presenting at next year's National Clinical Research Meeting of the Association of American Physicians, the American Society for Clinical Investigation, and the American Physician Scientists Association. Dr. Balachandran serves as a physician scientist in the Immuno-Oncology Service of the Human Oncology and Pathogenesis Program, and as a surgical oncologist at the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, where he specializes in treating people with pancreatic cancer. He is also immunology group leader in the David M. Rubenstein Center for Pancreatic Cancer Research at MSK. By tracking and studying the very rare long-term survivors of pancreatic cancer, Dr. Balachandran was able to show these patients have unique tumors enriched in neoantigens, proteins recognized as foreign that arise from cancer mutations, which can trigger immune cells to keep pancreatic cancers in check. With the help of NIH funding, he is now translating these laboratory discoveries into new immunotherapies for pancreatic cancer, including the first clinical trials of personalized mRNA vaccines that target neoantigens from a patient's tumor, stimulating the patient's immune system to attack the cancer. A very exciting step forward. This pioneering work has the potential to transform the treatment of pancreatic cancer, one of the most aggressive and difficult to treat cancers, and to provide proof of concept for future cancer vaccines. In addition to Dr. Balachandran's outstanding research, the jury was delighted that he is a trailblazer who is also an outstanding surgeon. We rarely see active surgeons who find time to conduct this level of clinical investigation. His efforts translating basic science discoveries quickly and safely into treatments for patients with pancreatic cancer demonstrate the innovative research that we celebrate. Dr. Balachandran will now share a few words about the work that he's passionate about. Dr. Balachandran, please come to the podium to share your story.
Thank you, Drs. Gallin, the FNIH, and the Trailblazer Prize Selection Committee for conferring this great honor on our team and shining a really much-needed spotlight on pancreatic cancer. So in 2023, 90% of pancreatic cancer patients die within 5 years of diagnosis. As all current treatments remain ineffective, in just 1 more year, pancreatic cancer will become the second leading cause of cancer death in the United States. We urgently need new ideas. So what was ours? So it turns out that 90% of pancreatic cancer patients do die, but not all do, and a rare 10% survive long-term. Why? Unknown. So for the past 8 years, we've studied these rare survivors with 2 questions in mind. How do they do this, and how can we replicate this? And what these patients have taught us was that each of their immune systems recognized foreign proteins or antigens in their cancer, which was potentially contributing to their exceptional survival. So we set out to isolate these antigens to perhaps teach other patients' immune systems to similarly recognize their cancers, like what may be happening spontaneously in pancreatic cancers, by delivering these antigens as vaccines. So it turned out each antigen in these patients' tumors was different. So each vaccine would have to be custom-made for every single patient. And in 2017, we thought this was feasible with mRNA. And in 2019, we launched the first clinical trial of mRNA vaccines for pancreatic cancer, historically a cancer thought to be vaccine unsuited. Here, in this trial, we performed complex cancer surgery to remove pancreatic cancers at Memorial Sloan Kettering in New York. We shipped the cancers to Germany in 3 days. We custom make an mRNA vaccine for each patient, and we treat patients in 6 weeks. Now, right after we started, of course, the pandemic struck. Hospital shutdowns in New York, supply chain disruptions, which threatened to derail the real-time cross-Atlantic transfer of patient material and drug which was required for this trial. And our partners, a then little-known company called BioNTech, was now distracted trying to save the world from COVID-19. But despite these challenges, we completed this trial a full year ahead of schedule and learned that mRNA can make fast, potent vaccines that can teach the immune system to detect even the most difficult to detect cancers, results that we are now testing in patients around the world. But our inspiration stems from patients, long-term survivors who send their blood to us by FedEx from all over the world, the survivor who gave me permission to perform a house call and draw her blood in her living room so that we can study it in the laboratory, the patients who travel 12 hours to New York every week for 9 weeks to receive their mRNA vaccines. They are the real trailblazers who overcome challenges that for us are really impossible to fathom. So thank you to all the trailblazing patients. You are really our inspiration in our quest for progress against this deadly cancer. And thank you all.